if you have the publishing company, you get everybody you're dealing with on the publishing company, you bring them through your company. So if you don't have it, you're just going to be publishing under a writer. You're just going to be, your writing share will go under your publishing. But if you're having the studio and all of that together, then having the publishing company is crucial. Therefore, you come in with tracks and you divide them. And think about it. If you own, so let's go through it. If you own the masters, then that automatically you can say, okay, I'm maintaining publishing on the song, you know, but we'll split the writing fees. Correct? Mm-hmm. So as BMI as a writer is only giving you 50 cents on the buck. BMI as a publisher and a writer is giving you $1 on the buck. Then you figure out how you're dividing the dollar. Fair? Mm-hmm. So like if a guy comes in the studio and they don't want to pay for the recording, who owns the recording? You do. If you maintain with them, well, I'm going to own the publishing of the song. You control the composition. You know, you're telling them that. But if they co-write on the track, then they own 50% of the writing, which is 50 cents. Mm-hmm. The other 50 cents is the publishing. Now, sales on it, I guess, in your case, would be negotiable. Who owns what of sales? Like you could say, you know, we split it, or you maintain ownership of the master, though. If they pay for the master, that's different. Fair?
Would you get something copyrighted before publishing? Or no?
You can, but I like to get publishing forms out of my hands immediately online, because you can do it online. Copyright forms, you're going to send in the SR form or do it online as well, but it gets all trickier. Yes, I would copyright, but what I'm saying is when I have a publishing situation or an agreement, I like to get that right up front with the guy, because that's the money. Now, I agree ownership's more important than the money, but in the end, if you wrote the track or you produced the track or you've clarified your terms to who controls the composition, you can just go file the copyright, do them in batches of songs. It's cheaper than one at a time. But what I'm saying is I always like to divide the actual publishing right even before we're talking. Like, well, if I write this, I get this, and if you write this, you get this, and that's how I do it. I like to divide publishing into right in the beginning when they walk in the studio, you're starting to co-write, these are the terms we do. And if they don't understand it, then I just say, okay, well, what don't you understand? And if they don't want to file their publishing or whatever, I just file it. I get their number. If they won't give me their social security number or they won't give me info, I just file it. I'm not going to mess around. Because if it ends up going online or something, a radio or something, then I'm getting my money. And I make it up front with them. I like that best than later on trying to divide it up when everybody feels they did too much.
Did you write up your own contract? Or you got like standard?
On publishing, you don't have to, because once they agree, yes, I would. But on publishing, unless you're signing them to your publishing company, and unless they say, well, I don't have a publishing company, well, then I'm going to publish it. Therefore, you don't have to sign that. You just, you can sign that with them to say, okay, I own the publishing. But basically, you go to BMI and you fill out the form. On this song, I own the publishing, and then the writing, you give them their credit for their name, which BMI would pay them, and then your credits in your name and how much percentages you wrote, which comes to your house. So therefore, there isn't necessarily a big, large publishing agreement. Now, if you like a kid and you love him, then you sign him up to your publishing company. That's different. That's what the major labels do.
Yeah.
Okay? So you find a kid that you like, you sign him up to a publishing company.